And it's Monday, y'all, and I hope everybody had a great weekend. What is it? Was beautiful here in Detroit. Let's see, bring on my main man, Jersey Fred. Jersey Fred, what is popping, my brother?
Oh man, it's popping, bro. The heat's on. We're here. We're here, though.
Summer is here, buddy.
Yes, it's beautiful. It got nice quick.
It got nice real quick. I feel like we went from like spring to August in Michigan. Yeah, pretty much the same for you guys.
Yeah, it was, the overcast, the rainy days and stuff, and then 100. Like now, and we're just getting ready for the second leg of the Jersey Shore Triple Crown, which is the fourth, as we call it, the fourth.
Right. Now, I've been there 2 4th of July's. This obviously I will not be there this weekend, but I've been there for 2 4th of July's, which is a damn good time.
Yeah, the fourth. The fourth is the Belmont of the Triple Crown. It's like if the MDW is the Kentucky Derby, and then LDW is the Preakness, and then Belmont, the Belmont was on this weekend. Yeah, you missed it. That's the fourth. Very family friendly.
There you go. You obviously had house guests like you do every weekend, right?
Yeah.
What'd you take people to go do in the Shore this weekend?
So they did a lot of stuff, man. I'll be honest. They hit up Point Pleasant, they hit up Seaside. We hit up Nino's to eat, obviously. Got some pizza at a couple different places. But also the kids went out to Osborne Island, which is on Manasquan River. You can kayak to this little land thing. A lot of people so they went out there. They did a bunch of things. They rode the I got 2 beach cruisers. When you come out here, you'll check them out. One my dad calls the Cadillac.
Okay.
Because it comes with a basket, a cup holder, and a phone holder.
What more could you ask for?
I mean, so when he rolls this one out of the garage, he says, "You tell Mary this is the Cadillac." So,
makes sense.
So
can
now
we hook a little Bluetooth speaker on there so we can roll around with some tunes. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
So they took the beach cruisers to the beach, which is about 4 miles away. It's all flat, though.
It's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy. We had a pretty crazy weekend. No, I mean, a lot of golf. Rode the motorcycle on Saturday, put like 160 miles on there. Big prayers to my buddy Carpet Jimmy. Jimmy unfortunately took a fall on Saturday. So that was not good, man. Did a little so he's in the hospital, broke his leg, man. It was pretty crazy. But prayers to my buddy Jimmy. He did it was tough. But he's a warrior, dude. I gotta say, man, leg was broke, little beat up on the face, and we're we had 12 bikes, right? So we had a ton of guys, and dude just rips up a cigarette, man, and he's waiting for the cops.
I mean, most of the
fire guy was like, "Man, you probably shouldn't do these guys. I need this." Good for you, buddy.
A good old lung dart can basically solve anything.
Yeah, and that's what Jimmy's thought was. Carpet Jimmy obviously installs carpets, right? Very Jersey-esque name.
Yes.
So I was introduced to Carpet Jimmy on Saturday. Unfortunately, we didn't get much talking because it was early in the trip, but sounds like surgery went well and he's doing good. So prayers to Carpet Jimmy, but that was an interesting situation. But a lot of golf. And then
how was the Rocket?
Dude, okay. Great question, Fred. First time I've ever been there. And I kind of said, look, I want to go once. And, I think I'll be one and done. Like, I got to experience everything. Well, being in the real estate world and Sarah having some connections with Rocket, we got right on the 18th hole, prime seat. I mean, and then we get to a 3-hole playoff or a 3-guy playoff, which was so cool, man. Like watching these guys. Now, I've been to one other PGA event. Now, that was at Warwick Hills Buick Open. I was probably 11.
Okay.
In fact, I know you could probably look it up and tell me when Brad Faxon won Buick Open because I remember it vaguely just because his name was Brad and I was 11.
Okay.
Right? So being there, going there now and just watching these guys hit the ball, it's just, for me, who's a golf nut, and like, there's a lot of guys who are like, oh, I'd rather be playing. Well, I'd rather watch these guys play, to be honest with you. Like, I find it fascinating how well they play. I mean, it's crazy.
And you play enough. You could take a day. You could take a day off to watch.
I could take a day off.
But it was a 5-hole playoff, right?
Yeah, it ended up going. I stayed for, I think I saw 3 of them, and then finally they were just like all over. I was like, yeah, we're good. Like, I watched it in the shuttle bus back to my car. But Rocket put on an amazing event. Shout out to Kamari who got us tickets there. All the food, drinks. The ice cream was flowing for me, bro. I got to send you a pic. I'm right on the 18th green, dipping into some ice cream. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. I'd definitely go back next year. That's 100%. I would have liked to
get those seats.
Yeah, only. I'm not going the other way. Yeah,
you can't downgrade after that.
No, it's like being on a wood at an NBA game. Like, where do you want me to go? Like second level? Like, get out of here.
Yeah, I'll be at home watching.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But dude, I gotta say, man, you gotta say it, just shout out to that Aldrich Potgieter, 20 years old, dude.
Yeah,
20 years old. He's just a kid.
Yeah.
I got to see Morikawa, which was cool. Matt Fitzpatrick. If you go on my Instagram, you'll see right on 18, I saw Cantlay chip in for birdie. That was the only birdie I saw on 18 being right there. So it must be a pretty tough track. I don't know. When you look at the course, you're like, this ain't that hard. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
But these guys are just throwing darts, man. It was awesome. It was a cool experience. I definitely highly recommend if you've never been, to get into one of these events. I mean, now I'm like amped up. Like, I'm ready for the U.S. Open at Oakland Hills, but I'm going to have to pull a lot of strings to get seats like I got for that.
Yeah. But, it's not out of the question, though.
And by 2035 or whatever it is, I may have wheelchair accessibility. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of where I'll be at.
Of course.
10 years from now, I'll be what? Going to be 56? Good God, Fred.
I mean, at least you'll be retired by then.
I hope so. I don't know if that's in the cards. You never know. But man, okay, so hockey's done. Basketball's done.
We need to get in touch with these people, guys. If you are the winner of the bracket of the NHL bracket, you got to reach out to Brad, email, or message him somehow, so we can get you your gift. And then Brad, the winner.
Motor City to Moe's won our NHL one. And then congratulations, Chase attorney Chase Robo, who just started his own law firm too.
Criminal?
He does divorce. No, criminal and divorce. Criminal and family law.
Okay.
So he's been a buddy of mine for quite some time, and I will probably see him this weekend at a 4th of July party. But we'll get him that gift card. So congratulations, Chase. He was in the lead the whole time. I mean, he had a perfect bracket for 2 rounds, I think, didn't he? Yeah. Which is stereotypical Chase. You might want to get a hold of him to make some bets. Which, on the other hand, I met Dan Leach. Now, Dan Leach is an on-air personality, does a lot with like Woodward Sports. He was in the suite. He picked pre-Rocket Pottinger to win. I'm sitting right next to him. He's like, dude, follow me on Twitter. I got the golf picks. He says he's up major in golf. That's crazy to me. And he basically, I think he had 2 of the 3 guys in the finals. Like, so if 2 of them won, he was winning like $1,300 on like a $20 bet.
Okay.
So I'm going to start following him. I've always followed him, but I guess I never caught his picks. So I forget. I looked it up. What's this weekend? Do you know what the
I don't.
I looked it up this morning too. But I'm going on there. Follow Dan Leach on Twitter. We're betting big this weekend. I'm talking like $10 bets, Fred. That's the kind of
All
weekend
out.
I'm going to be in. I'm all in.
Yeah.
I'm all in. But obviously the hottest thing right now here in Detroit is, Tarik fucking Skubal, dude.
Scooby.
You got to give it up for the dude. I mean, 7 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts, 1 hit, 1 walk. Insane, dude. He put on a masterpiece last night against the Twins.
Yeah, and it was national televised.
First time since 2017 we were on Sunday Night Baseball. I didn't realize that. That's crazy.
Not surprising, but yes.
I mean, how many times are the Yankees on Sunday Night Baseball?
They're on a couple times a year.
All right. Yeah.
At least
2017.
They've already been on
like 7 times.
Yeah.
3?
I believe 3. Yankees, Dodgers, and Red Sox.
I mean, Carp hit a homer last night. Greene hit a homer last night. Do you see Glaber Day's on the All-Star ballot, bro?
Of course.
Voting for him. So it's Baez, Tarik, Greene, and Glaber Day.
Glaber Day's the man, dude. He's a loved guy in New York.
Speaking of New York, what's going on in New York?
Well, we're in July, almost July, right?
You got Blue Jays, Mets.
We're in first place. Same thing, man. We're in first place. Yes, Blue Jays for 4, and then we got Mets over the holiday weekend at Citi Field, which will be cool. Citi Field's a nice ballpark. Probably the nicest thing in Queens.
Is it 3 game or 4 game?
3 with the Mets, 4 with the Blue Jays. So, this is a tough week. Tampa is just playing great ball.
Are they really? So, I have not checked that.
They're in, after they won that 2 out of 3 with Detroit.
Right.
And then I'm not sure who they played after that. They were half game back from the Yankees.
Now what are they?
1.5. It's just
still Kalon.
Yeah, it's crazy. But best division in the AL now is the AL East.
Most wins.
If you add them up, yeah, it's like because Tampa and Toronto have the wild cards, and Seattle, I think, is the 3rd wild card right now.
How many more weeks do we have until the All-Star break? 2?
Just about 2.
Okay. Do you see Detroit or the Yankees making any moves?
I do. Not sure if Detroit makes moves. They don't really need moves.
I don't think we will, to be honest.
But the Yanks make a move, yeah. I don't know what they do really because, I've been telling you about the pitching and stuff like that, and
for sure.
And our last piece comes back right around the trade deadline's the 31st. He comes back right post All-Star break, kind of. And now Stroman's back, which he's probably going to be he was going to be the odd man out.
Right.
And he comes back and pitches in his first game, a good game, right? 5 innings, just over 5 innings, lets up 1 run. So now it's so that helped his cause, but
right.
And he was one of the guys that was I'm not going to the bullpen guy,
Right.
So, but I don't know. I don't know if I feel with this team, it's the chemistry's there. I don't know if I think if they do get a piece, it's going to be closer type guy.
Right.
Or some kind of bullpen help, but nothing. I don't see anything crazy happening. I read the rumors and stuff like that, but I really don't see anything crazy.
Speaking of rumors,
the only thing is the Yankees are notable for picking up the guy that this is their last year in the contract, so we'll get him for the last 3 months, and then are they going to sign him? No, okay, good.
And he's gone.
Yeah.
Basically
So,
plays half a season in New York and then
yeah.
just to see what happens. Right?
Yeah, it's like they do that shit all the time. But I don't really think that Detroit gets anybody. I'm not sure they really need a piece. They actually have too many pieces,
Well,
to interchange. Now, Carpenter got hurt last night a little. I don't think it's
so was that a hamstring or something like that?
yeah,
I thought
I don't know if it's serious or not.
right. I don't know. We'll see. Like it's interesting, but I'll tell you what though. Being downtown yesterday, obviously for the Rocket, having that Sunday night game, man. If
Standing
Sarah,
room only.
yeah, it was crazy. But the
Standing
behind the
room
plate was
only.
empty. Behind the plate was empty.
Yeah, those seats are still wet. Standing room only though at Comerica.
That's awesome. It's been a long
Awesome.
time. Awesome.
Yeah.
So do we play the Yankees again?
September.
Are we doing something? Or what are we doing? That's in New York.
Yes.
What's the dates? Because Sarah and I were talking over the weekend. We're like, when are we going to go out?
It's like a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or a Monday, Tuesday. It's not a weekend series, which is good because you don't miss football. So like that's perfect for September. But I believe it's like, you know what it is? It's through 9/11. So it's like 9/9, 9/10, 9/11 maybe.
Yeah. It's funny because we were talking about, we got to get out there. Obviously we try to come out every summer and like it's crazy, but September is probably going to be ideal for us.
Yeah. I mean, and September is still, it's called local summer. So September is local summer. So we'll still be able to go to the beach and stuff like that. But yeah, it'd be nice for you guys to get out here in the summer.
Look,
I heard rumors of some of a ladies trip out here.
I've heard rumors of a ladies trip as well. Don't know when that's happening. That could happen. You never know. But that sounds about right. But I said, I look, at the end of the day, like I'd like to overlap it with the Yanks Tigers or Dave Portnoy's pizza event. I tagged you that in TikTok. Did you see that?
That's that's not in September though.
I thought it was. I don't know. I have to go back and look.
Okay.
I think I'll have to look.
Okay.
Did you know
yesterday? I do have an in at that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Did you know yesterday was 10 Sundays till NFL?
That's not long.
That's not long at all. And it's weird because of course I want football, but I don't want the summer to end. I feel like we're just getting started, right? So it's like,
yes.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. And I've told you this a million times. I think that's one of the reasons why I get so amped up for baseball is because of the weather. When spring training comes and they're playing those games and stuff, you're heading into good weather. When NFL starts, you're trying to hold on to good weather in September, October, and then you just drop off the cliff.
Right.
It's over. But I will say, like in Michigan, it wasn't bad. Even the last couple of years I was there, it wasn't bad November, December. It's bad January, February, March.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
I don't mind September, October here.
No.
September, October is great.
I
even
mean
starts in November.
I mean, I think there was, out of the 8 years I was there or whatever, there was only one Thanksgiving game that we were cold going in.
Right.
The rest of the time it was fine.
I've golfed into November.
Definitely.
I mean, it's a little cold, but you do it.
If you get a 50-degree day, you're good.
A golden.
Fall rules too.
But yeah, roll them.
Dude. Oh, it's in the leaves over there. Put it right here.
Speaking of that, how's your new sticks?
Haven't tried them out yet.
What? Who buys new sticks and just puts them in a closet?
They're not in the closet, but but they're, dude, it's summer. I'm in the pool. I'm at the beach. I'm trying to get this base tan working. You're over
And
there
it's
looking
working,
like
by the way.
you're over there looking like George Hamilton. I got to catch
am
up
looking
to you.
See it?
See that? Teeth, tan, and charm. Look at this guy.
GTL, baby.
Yeah,
Minus the G. I definitely did laundry.
Yes.
Definitely
Actually, you know
been
what's funny? I literally texted that in our family group text. Exactly what you just said. I said GTL minus the G.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But yes, I got to try the new sticks out, obviously. You know.
Speaking of the fam there, Nick Joseph just had himself a birthday. I reached out to him. Then he texted me over the weekend and says, "How's the golf game?" I said, "If you'd asked me last week, I would have said good. You asked me how I played on Saturday. I was like, terrible. So why the fuck are you bringing it up, Nick?"
Yeah. What'd he hear?
That's all
he heard something.
I don't know.
He heard you were shanking.
He must have. He said he still has after effects from the last time I brought him out to Indianwood. He said he struggled out there. It's not an easy course, Fred. You know, you've been out there.
No, yeah. And I think we played 9, no?
We were out there a couple times together, I think.
Yeah, I think we played 9 both times. I will say, so I got Nick coming into town now.
When's he coming?
What's the Monday? He's coming Wednesday.
Oh, nice. Maybe you should bust out the sticks then. The new sticks then.
Maybe.
At least take your brother-in-law to play some golf.
Dude, 3 kids, bro.
Dude, you're not bringing the kids to the golf course, Fred.
I know. He needs. It's all hands on deck. It's all hands on deck.
Doesn't the Airbnb have a free child care?
Yeah, but the free child care is the parents. They do it for free.
That's in the fine print, isn't it?
Fine print, yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, they need all hands on deck with 3 kids. I can't be, taking the guy out of daddy duties.
For sure.
But
we have a little bit more. We have a little bit more sports we're going to talk about because I want to get into something because of this pod, and I want you to explain a little bit more. But I want to talk to you about something, and I need to get your opinion. In fact, I'm completely laying this on you, and I want to know how you feel I should react to this situation. Okay, getting ready to go to California a couple weeks ago, right? I need to get my sprinklers up and running, so they're not working properly, right? So I call the Metro, the sprinkler. I won't say their name. I almost did, but they came out, fixed them. Oh, we don't have the parts. Came out again. Mind you, I'm coming home from work every time this happens. Okay. Second time. Oh, we've got them working. I come home. Sarah says they're just going crazy. They're not shutting off. I had to turn off the water. No internet at my house now because the guy hit the cable cord. So now now I'm dealing with Comcast for 3 days. They come out a third time. Okay. We see what the problem is. We got to reschedule. We got to bring more things. They only booked us for an hour. So we have 3 visits. I have a total of $1,100 in repairs so far. Okay. Company calls me on Saturday and says, "Hey, we need to reschedule we need to schedule your final thing, get this, but we have a balance that you need to pay." I said, interesting. I hired you to fix my sprinkler system, and my sprinkler system is not fixed. On top of the fact you broke my internet, you cut my cord. What's your thought on that?
No way.
Don't pay him, right?
No way.
Until the job's done.
Dude. What is this? Prepay?
Right. Well, it's like I hired you to fix the sprinkler. It's not fixed.
You still didn't do it yet. It's paid on completion. Now listen, if he came up to you and said, "We're going to have to do this, 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 and this. I need half up front, half now. Here's the bill." That's different. He came out 3 different times and put 3 different invoices together and said, "Yeah, we got to catch up on this." What do you mean? I'll catch up when it's done.
Thank you, Fred. I want to make, because the owner just called in while we're on the pod, so I saw that. So I'm going to have a conversation with them, but we're going to straighten this way. It needs to be fixed first. I'm not going to pay you.
That's silly, dude. Like,
Thank you.
yeah. I mean, we got a guy who does some like plumbing, and like sometimes he just tells us what the number's going to be after he gets done with everything. He might come back 2-3 times.
Right.
To do each, I'm going to come back. I got that one toilet to do, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end, you just give him the money.
Yeah.
That's it.
Works,
I mean, I mean, come on, buddy. Get him on. Call him right now.
I wish I could. I wish I had this set up to make this thing like do something like that, and we put him on speaker.
Because did you have to pay for the internet?
No, I didn't have to pay for the internet. But that's not the point.
You didn't have to pay for the repair of the internet?
No.
But what's the cost of losing your internet?
It's ridiculous. Everything in the house is ran on internet nowadays.
Yeah.
My TV, everything, my fucking clocks, my lights, everything.
So I ask this to him as well when you have that conversation about telling him you're not giving him a fucking dick. Because at the end of the day, he could be like, go fuck yourself. And then you just call somebody else to fix it. And it's already halfway there.
And I'm not paying that balance.
Yeah. And you're not.
The ball's in his court.
Civil court. Fucking Joey Sprinklers. Take me to.
Right.
Take me to civil court, Joey.
And what I'll do, I'll call Chase.
That's it. We can, and because the inconvenience of you not having, and it's a household of people. It's not you. It's a household of people,
Fred,
and a household of devices that are run by the internet. The inconvenience of that, I think, even outweighs the balance.
Christian couldn't play video games for 2 days.
That's worth $1,100
easily. How's my boy supposed to decompress after a long day of Rocket with no video games?
Actually, Joey Sprinklers, let's talk about what you owe me.
There you go, Fred. This is why I wanted to have this discussion with you. Because right now we're even.
And you're being generous by saying that. I mean, that's the least of his worries.
Joey Sprinkler.
Joey Sprinklers, get out of here.
All right. So we were talking last night. We don't have a lot of sports going on. It's all baseball now, right? But you brought up an interesting point, and I'm going to make it a point to start watching Wimbledon. This will be my first year. Fred's into it. You're all into it. I can only tell you this. Coco Gauff is the only name I know.
Okay. And that's okay. That's a start, right?
Good start. Yeah. Okay. What are we looking for on the female side of Wimbledon? And it starts today.
Yes. Starts today.
Okay.
Sabalenka obviously is your favorite going in. But Coco's at like plus 700, plus 800. It's not terrible. Okay. And then after Coco winning the French Open, I mean, like, this would be awesome for Coco. So like, yeah, we're team Coco over here.
Team Coco. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how well she's going to play on the grass. Like, but
is that a thing? Like, so she plays clay for the other one, and now she's playing grass for this one. Is that like
there's clay, there's dirt, clay, hard court, grass.
Okay. And Wimbledon
is grass, yes. And Wimbledon is, and I will say this, it's the oldest and most prestigious tennis tournament on the planet.
Okay.
So it's good to watch. I think it's nicknamed SW19 or something. I don't know. It has a crazy nickname with the Londoners, or I don't know, whatever, but not for us. But yeah, but on the men's side, man, Carlo Alcaraz, is going for his third straight Wimbledon. He won the French Open as well. So like, the only major he hasn't won is the Aussie Open. He won the US Open, I believe it was like 2022 or something, which is going to be after Wimbledon. That's a nice time to come out too. It's in Queens.
Wait, I thought you said the only thing nice in Queens was the baseball field.
and Arthur Ashe Stadium. Let's say.
Maybe.
Yeah. But when you go to some of the early days at the U.S. Open, it's cheap and you get to see a bunch of matches and stuff. Actually, your cousin was talking about coming back out for the U.S. Open.
Oh, that's right. You did say that.
So maybe he's into Wimbledon.
Maybe we should. I didn't know that. I know what he was into this weekend. That's for sure. But I'm going to keep an eye on this. So I'm betting who? Who am I betting? Because I'm going to place the bets after we get off the pod.
The thing
betting Coco.
The thing with Alcaraz is he's like plus 110. Like you know, like, but still, like, yeah. I mean, it is what it is, right? You know,
a couple bucks.
But I'm Team Coco. Sabalenka is most likely going to win it on the women's side, but I'm Team Coco, and I think that
I'm Team Coco. She's the only one I know.
Yeah, so like that's good. I did mention to you the Commissioner Cup. The only thing I'd like to say about the Commissioner Cup is this.
So explain the Commissioner Cup to me. So that's an internal tournament in the W, right?
It's the same thing with the NBA. Like they do that stupid little, you know, tournament. Yeah. It's regular season games, and then yes. But the thing about which is good for the W is winners get 30 grand a person. MVP gets
matches what they make a year.
It's close to half on some of them. Right. Losers get 10 grand and MVP gets 5 grand.
So is game 1 tomorrow?
It's just one game.
Wait, so how do they pick what teams play in it?
So it's the same thing with the NBA. Like you play your regular season games, they bracket you. So like, you know, Detroit will be like, it would be Pistons, Knicks, Indiana, something, yeah. And they with your regular schedule, you know, they put all those games in. Then the top 2 teams play, or you know.
So that's Tuesday night, and that's the Fever, and who else?
The Lynx, which are probably the favorite to win the whole damn thing. If it's not
your squad was the favorite to win the whole damn thing.
Lynx and the Liberty.
Where's the Lynx out of? I don't even know.
Minnesota.
Okay, so Minnesota and Indiana in the finals on Tuesday, 7 o'clock, I think, right?
Yes, and it's in Minnesota, and Caitlin out again, well, over the weekend, but is apparently supposed to be back, like nursing that quad groin area and stuff like that. But I think she's going to be back.
I had a buddy, I think I told you this, I had a buddy who went to Indiana for his kids' baseball tournament, and she didn't even play.
Yes, I know. It was the quad, and that's the thing that's up. But like, you know what it is, Brad? I'm okay with that rather than buying tickets for your kid and then just showing up and guys are taking off.
What do you mean? Like guys are taking they're not playing?
Like load management, or like, you know, you get to the like, dude, come on. An injury is an injury, and I'm okay with that. But like showing up and finding out LeBron isn't playing, you're like, oh, like what the fuck am I doing?
Oh, you're saying like, because it was announced because it was an injury. I got you.
Yeah, and it sucks that it happened. But with the NBA, I mean, these guys take off every other night, and it's like, oh, okay. And that one of the reasons why, like at OKC and at Cleveland, had great records and stuff like that. A lot of those guys didn't take those days off.
Right.
So, you know, they had their steady 5 a lot. And when you get into the Bostons of the world and the Philly and LA, you know, then you got guys taking off here and there, and it's like, come on, dude. You know, like it's kind of bullshit. They started to fine these guys, but that's not going to work because, you know, the fines aren't heavy. And you know, and you're also not eligible for any awards if you don't hit certain games. Yeah. We did have the draft.
I think that number's really low, though.
What's that?
Yeah. I think that number's low, though, the games.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. The draft, too. Obviously, we know Cooper Flagg was going to Dallas.
They're going to be bad this year, bro. Bad meaning good, though. I mean, dude.
For sure. So good.
With Kyrie re-signing and AD and Cooper Flagg, like, I mean, wow.
AD can stay healthy.
Yeah, if that team's healthy, they got to be one of the front runners coming out.
100%. 100%. Speaking of basketball, though, Threesley.
Dude.
Okay, let's talk about it. Because we go back and forth every Sunday night, and we talk about what we're going to talk about. I sent it to you. I said, obviously, we have to talk about this Beasley situation. Apparently, the allegations are that he was betting on basketball, but it was prior to when he was on the Pistons, which obviously is irrelevant, right? But the fact of the matter is they caught him. They may have raided his house.
Yeah, when the feds get involved, they do everything. Kicking doors.
But your response was this. Go ahead, Fred. Tell me what your response was last night.
They all bet games.
All of them.
All of them.
In their league.
Yes. I'm not, when I say all, probably not 100%. But the majority of these guys, listen, the thing with betting now is DraftKings, FanDuel, all that stuff. It's so easy now, right?
So
you don't need a guy anymore, right? It's just so easy. So for me to say, okay, now odds are they gamble, right? I'm not talking about the NBA. I'm not talking about the NBA.
They're sport out of it, right? They're betting NFL games. They're betting Wimbledon. They're betting
100%. Now with the access and how easy it is, they're definitely betting props.
Okay, so let me ask this question. You said it's easier, but for a paper trail standpoint, wouldn't it be a little bit easier if you had a guy?
Well, yes, but of course it would be easier if you had a guy. But the thing is, it's like now you're getting into some other kind of charges if you have a guy. But like the Ohtani thing, it was kind of weird because like his guy was putting bets in under his account, and it's like, oh, that's not my account. So then why didn't he just have his own account?
Right. There's a lot of questions on that one. And then the other one, if you remember a couple years back when J-Mo had his issues, and it comes out and it says, okay, you can't bet on your sport. Okay, cool. And you also can't bet in the team facility. So if I'm in Allen Park, I can't place a 3-leg parlay on the NBA, even though I'm playing in the NFL. But if I'm at home, I can place that bet. Did I hear that correctly? Like I can't bet in the team facility.
Not sure if it's
how does that like make sense? Like
so because like it's the influence of athletes and stuff like that. Okay, I get that shit, but what's the crossover? Like if you're at Lions camp, and you want to bet a baseball game, are you saying that the Lions can influence the Tigers?
No, what I'm saying is if I'm playing for I'm playing for the Lions, I'm at OTAs, right? And I'm in the locker room. I'm just scrolling on my phone and I'm like, on FanDuel, and I'm like, boo, I'm going to take the Tigers over Minnesota, whatever. Because I'm in the facility, it's frowned upon. And I could force suspension.
Yeah.
If I walk across the street to the 7-Eleven, grab a Slurpee, put my bet in, there's no repercussions. Is that
nothing? It's kind of silly
because the way it was interpreted to me.
Well, it's silly, but I guess they're just trying to cover their asses and saying we don't allow gambling inside. We don't condone it. If you want to do it on your own time, not when you're at work.
Right.
So
that would be fine. I would just run over to 7-Eleven, grab 2 Tokitos, a Slurpee, place my bets, and then come back to work.
Of course, which is what they do.
But you think all these NBA players, it would be crazy. Like, why him though? Like, let's go after some other people. I don't know. This is a thing. I think it's going to be a thing for a long time, and it's hard to govern it. Like,
it's not him.
Yeah, I get it.
They don't go after one dude. So this is probably going to be the beginning of a leaked list of guys, right?
Interesting.
Unless someone got popped along the way and is trying to get out of trouble.
And they ratted out Beasley.
Yeah. Because
what kind of money
what
he
are you
got on
looking
his
for?
FanDuel account.
Oh, hundreds of thousands, I think. I mean,
And
now
I'm over here sweating $20 PGA bets.
8-leg parlays.
An 8-leg parlay to hit for 2 G's.
But like, dude, gambling is accepted now. So like, it's almost like the marijuana thing. You know, like marijuana is accepted. It's accepted now, whether it's frowned upon or not. It's accepted now. Stop testing for marijuana. Like, you know, I get it. Oh, it's not federal, but okay. But if I play for the Lions and I'm in Michigan, I can smoke. They said so, enough. Like, this is so silly. Like PEDs, that is the opposite of a PED.
Right. Absolutely. So that's a great point.
If I'm playing against the Lions, I would love for you guys all to smoke pot right before the game. Actually,
I was listening to the All in Smoke podcast, and these guys were hitting who was the guy? Steven Jackson? Was Steven Jackson who played for the Pacers, who got in the Malice in the Palace, right? He's on that, right? And he's on it with Mike Barnes, I believe his name is. And he was Matt Barnes, that's right. He was telling stories about how guys would come to like Indiana or I forget where else he played, and dudes would just like after the game, they'd come all hang out and just smoke weed like nonstop. He's like, I don't care. That's what they did. This is pre being legal too.
I was working with the Knicks from like 98 to about 2003. So I was at their preseason camps, right? Okay. I mean, dude, I'm. It's not like I'm ratting people out because I'm not that guy, but like guys would shuffle in the morning, high as fuck, and I was always outside, like smoking a cig or something, or taking a one hitter back then. So I would always have to go into their parking lot where they drive into their training facilities up in Purchase, New York. So it's like they were training at the State University of New York. It's called SUNY, right?
So like for the people that are local here in Michigan, like what would you say that would be the equivalent? Is that like an Allen Park-ish type situation, or is that like a UND Mercy
like,
type?
Let's say it's like on the campus of like a
UAD
ish.
Fair.
Okay. Not a lot of traffic going on, right?
Right.
You know, meaning kids and stuff. Like not a lot of people living there. It's a state university. They don't have many people that stay there. I got it. And so like them coming in and out is not a big deal. It's not like, you know, and they had their own parking section. And that's where I would go outside to smoke. So like when they would roll into there, I would see everybody in the mornings coming in. And I mean high as fuck though. Like not like oh, he may smoke. No. High as fuck. Like and dragging in there, and then they would, you know, practice, film, do their thing, whatever, and then leave. And I mean, I was like, oh, so it's cool. Like this is in 2000. I'm like, oh, so it's okay. Like
we're all good.
Yeah, we're good. I'm worried about sneaking a one hitter out there, but I'm like, wait a second. If they don't give a fuck about them, I'm straight. No one's gonna fuck with me. It's accepted. Like, you know. So like that was like one thing where I was just like, wow. Like, and then when guys were getting popped in the NBA for like marijuana and stuff like that, I'm like, wait a second. You guys know they all smoke. And again, when we talk about why it would be illegal, why is it illegal for an athlete to do it? It's the opposite of a PED. Like, so it doesn't really make sense. And like, that's just so silly. That's why, like, dude, I can understand gambling on your own sport to an extent, but not totally. Right. On your own game, maybe.
I think that's just absolutely no. Like that you can't. Your own game.
I mean, you can't bet on your team to win.
No.
Let's take the spread out though. We could go money line then. Like you could, no, you could, because the spread can get a little fishy.
No. Look, if you're going to allow it, I would say you just can't bet on your games. And I think that's being lenient because I'm saying you can bet other NBA games. You know, I like the idea that you can't bet the NBA at all.
That's not a terrible idea, right?
Right.
Because listen, there's a bunch, they're very close-knit guys throughout the whole league. And I can call you and say, I'm betting on your team, but I need you to win by 7.5. Now that you could easily influence it. If you're my best buddy, like you're my homie,
or you give me some information that is helpful.
Or that, which they definitely do.
Yeah.
Which they give to other people.
Yeah, like so-and-so is not playing, dude. Don't bet us tonight. We're
100%. That's been going on forever.
Right.
Yeah.
But, all right, brother. Well, we're wrapping up our time here. I will see you next Monday. 4th of July is coming up. You got the Preakness of Jersey Shore.
The Belmont.
The Belmont. I'm sorry, the Belmont. Real quick, what are you most looking forward to 4th of July this weekend?
The kids. You know, I like when the kids get out here. They like the fireworks. They like the pool. They like, you know, they still like to hang out with us.
Yep.
You know,
For
so
sure.
I think we may do the safari.
Okay.
Which I know you saw the videos of. Yes. So we may do that. They're not here long. It's like a 4-day thing.
All right.
So
ours is going to be
mostly
golfing, spending time, Sarah and I, with our friends. But I'm looking forward to it. I hope everyone has a great 4th.
Yes, and we're just finishing up season 1 of Yellowstone. I will say this. I'm going to say it. I don't care. I'm going to say it. Now, I know it's going to take time to build a relationship.
Season 1 of Yellowstone, Fred, you're like 5 years behind.
I got a lot of other shows to watch.
Fair enough.
The killing of the animals all the time, so fucking archaic. Like, dude, get a fucking grip.
It's a lot. It's
just so dumb. Just stop it. Like, you know me, and I'll admit this. I'm not a rural guy. I'm not into nature. I'm not into hiking. I'm not into fucking cattle. Like, it's just not me. I'm not that guy.
For sure.
So like this thing, it's just like that. It's an archaic lifestyle to me. So, I mean, it is what it is. Like, dude, I'm not a rancher guy. I'm sorry. Maybe we get a rancher on here.
That's not a bad idea.
If we have any ranchers out there, dude, talk to me. We want to hear about it. And you know what? Maybe I come out there. Maybe I work a day as a farmhand.
I think that's a great idea, Fred.
I'll work as a farmhand.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, you know, I'm not opposed. I understand what's going on, but yes, getting back to Yellowstone. I know it's going to take a couple seasons for it to really hit its peak and stuff, but right now, after season 1, not impressed.
I loved it.
And too many dead animals. I would rather you guys killing each other than killing the animals.
Understandable. I watched another one before we had up, and I can't remember what it is. I think it's We Are Liars. It's on Netflix.
That's the new Summer I Turned Pretty.
The new what?
That's this year. The new this is like this year's version, like, you know, the new hot thing.
Right. Okay.
So the Summer I Turned Pretty, you know.
Oh, the Summer I Turned Pretty. I gotcha.
Yeah, it's the last season comes out July 16th. It starts the last season of the Summer I Turned Pretty. I feel like We Are Liars is the new
Okay.
Summer Ice Britain.
I did not see that, but that's a good one. And then the waterfront. I don't think I mentioned that last week.
I haven't watched the waterfront yet, but I have seen people recommend that all over the place.
Very good.
Yeah.
They are starting because the last night was the second tell-all on 90 Day, which was very good, Fred. And you're slipping up. I think next Sunday starts a new 90 Day. Shocker, no breaks, push right through.
Okay.
But it's all the old people. It's all the old people.
Okay.
So, and they're going to go over their relationships, their current married relationship. So it's going to be like Andre. It's going to be like the guy from Israel and his wife who's from Florida. You know all these people. You know all these people. So like,
what about the guy from Michigan, Canton?
Gino's in it.
Okay. You know what?
Gino's wife got pregnant from another dude. So they are no more. I know what you're going to say, Fred. You just want Gino to find true love.
That's
and
it.
I believe he has. So you need to tune in next Sunday, and we need to start talking a little more 90 Day. As we're coming down on sports, we got Wimbledon, we got baseball, but we need more 90 Day. That's what the fans want to hear. They want to hear about trashy TV, Fred.
I'm for it. And you know, Mare's right now locked in on Love Island. She's spending her summer on Love Island.
Makes sense.
So
all right, I'm going to commit to Wimbledon. You commit to the new 90 Day.
That's fair. Of course. Yeah. See how easy that was?
That's what good friends do, Fred.
And
all right, Fred.
If there's any ranchers out there.
Yeah, definitely. We'll talk about that every time. Fred wants a long weekend in Montana.
I'll be a farmhand.
Fair enough.
I'm not taking I don't want the branding. I don't do that.
That's a part of it, Fred.
Nah, that's a part of the TV show, I think. And it was only for the convicts.
We'll ask.
You know what? Maybe I will.
You need to.
After I get out there, maybe I'm all in.
It's like going to a baseball game and not having a hot dog, bro.
Yes. Yeah, maybe I will.
All right, brother. You have a great holiday weekend. I know we'll be chatting back and forth. We'll see everybody next Monday. Take care, y'all.